Good evening. The news summary for this Tuesday, 4th October. The Minister for Lands and Housing, Billy Rangasamy, says the dossier of a land transfer by the government to an individual identified in the media as Chief Justice Renewable is in an advanced stage. The transfer was also to honor a commitment made by the former government to the individual. Minister Rangasamy adds all procedures were followed in the sale of the plot of land. He was answering questions from the leader of the opposition, Sébastien Pillet, as this issue was making headlines in the media. The Vice President Ahmed Afif has announced the construction of a new building to house the National Archive, but gave a little detail about the project. He said the budget has been appropriated for next year and a piece of land already earmarked. Mr. Afif was responding to a question by the leader of government business in the National Assembly, Bernard Georges, who inquired about the state of the National Archive and plans for its rehabilitation. The new project will be managed by the Infrastructure Agency within the Ministry of Lands and Housing. The ninth political dialogue between Seychelles and the European Union is now underway. The Ambassador Vincent Deger is heading the EU delegation. Seychelles is represented at the talks by the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Tourism, Sylvestre Radegonde. Minister Radegonde says maritime security and the war in Ukraine are some of the topics on top of the agenda.
Our engagement, covering a wide range of political, environmental, and socio-economic issues, allows us for an extensive dialogue, reaffirming our mutual interests and values. It promotes sustainable development and climate action, encourages development cooperation, and strengthens strategic partnerships in key priority sectors. Seychelles depends largely on maritime link for its trade. Maritime security is therefore a key component of our economic development. In this regard, I wish to reiterate the Seychelles government's appreciation and thanks to the EU for the important role that the EU NAVFOR is playing in our region in combating maritime crime. And I would like here again to reiterate our support and our appreciation for the extended mandate that is proposed for the force. The Ukraine-Russia conflict is of great concern to Seychelles, as it poses a grave threat to global security and world peace, with serious ramifications for the entire community of nations. The Ukraine-Russia conflict is negatively impacting our economic recovery efforts after the COVID-19 pandemic. A more serious task lies ahead of us to manage global inflation and the pressures being placed on domestic food and energy security. In this regard, we welcome the EU's concerted effort to tackle the global food crisis, and we call for the expedited implementation of the EU Global Food Security Response Initiative.
A delegation from Masdar, an energy company in Abu Dhabi, UAE, has met with President Weveram Kalawan this morning to continue discussions on the development of renewable energy in Seychelles. The meeting was attended by the Minister of Agriculture, Climate Change and Environment, Flavia Joubert, representatives from the Climate Change Division, Seychelles Energy Commission, and the Public Utilities Corporation, PUC. The meeting is a follow-up of the one started when President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan from UAE visited Seychelles in August this year, and the announcement that President Weveram Kalawan made in the 77th United Nations General Assembly in New York, where he mentioned that the UAE, through Masdar, will be supporting Seychelles in its development of renewable energy. Points discussed during the meeting are challenges that the Seychelles Energy Commission is facing, ways that Mazda can support the Commission in projects implementation, and how to explore waste energy from the landfill. The Principal Secretary for Energy and Climate Change, Tony Imadua, said the meeting today was to know more about the support that they are expected to receive and the ways to explore or opportunities that is possible for the development of renewable energy.
Yeah, apart from solar PV, which is something that they're more interested and they have more experience, they are also looking at other renewable energy technologies such as waste to energy, which recently there was a meeting with the IFC to explore the feasibility of waste to energy in Seychelles. And we also made a request that we should not exhaust the other, other form of renewable energy, and so request that they look also at offshore, in particular offshore wind.
The Minister for Education, Dr. Justin Valentin, says he is committed to work with teachers to reshape their workload, help them to maintain a high standard of professionalism, and create the desired context to help them grow professionally. Minister Valentin has made the promises in a message to commemorate International Teachers' Day tomorrow. He says the Ministry of Education is pulling together all its resources to ensure that teachers enjoy the best teaching experiences whilst they are expected to create the best possible experience for students. That's the end of this news summary. Have a pleasant evening.